Adeptus Astartes of the Raptors chapter watch vigilantly over an Imperial complex. Without warning, a troop of masked dancers launch a fleet-footed ambush. Can these battle brothers defend their post, or will the Aeldari succeed? Find out here on Mountainside Tabletop.
All right, we're back.
We should honestly just leave that like Mountainside Tabletop.
Scout squad, here we go. Yo, got my scout squad. Super pumped. I'm actually really happy with how they came out. A bit of a speed paint, although what is a speed paint when you have a young baby at home? Not really speed, but still, for hours put in, it was definitely a very fast paint, and I'm pretty happy with how they came out. And Raptors, because the patrons told me, Raptors. I got my loadout down below. You can see it right there. Pretty standard loadout, I think. This is unhinged. I'm gonna keep going. Pretty standard loadout. My 3 warriors all have shotguns, and my leader has the chainsword and the pistol. I think that's like pretty standard.
Yeah.
For equipment, I gave everybody climbing equipment except the hunter because he comes with it by default. And him, I gave a combat blade, extra blade, whatever it is. I gave him an extra blade so he can get balanced on his fights.
All right, well, it's going to be hard to match this frenetic, sleep-deprived energy. But my main fear here is the sniper. Mortal wounds, obviously, hit against my invuln save, which is like my biggest way to stay alive. It's just a great gun. Hitting on 2s, silent, which means you're probably going to use one of your like infinite recon dashes to get behind a barricade, and then I'm going to have to charge you if I can. So yeah.
He also ignores obscuring for an AP.
Right.
So get wrecked.
Yeah, I will get wrecked with that. So yeah, going to have to really be careful and look out for the sniper's sight lines, but otherwise, I mean, you know, I'll just have to kill stuff before it kills me. All right, well, today I've got my Void Dancers back on the channel. I've never got a win with this team, which seems crazy because for a while everyone was saying how good they are, but...
trash team.
Yeah, terrible team.
Domino Field sucks, dude.
100% not my fault that they've never got a win on the channel. Anyway, so I've got kind of the only loadout you can do. I've given the Fusion Pistol and Neuro Disruptor to 2 of the normal players. And although it looks like they have blades, I'm playing it as if they have the Caress weapon because...
So you're cheating.
I'm cheating, yeah. And 4 or 5 rending into 10 wound Marines feels like the way to go.
Yeah, it does seem good.
As for equipment, I've given the Support Grip and Wraithbone Talisman to my Death Jester, so he can move around and get a reroll. And then I've given a Grenade and a Death Mask to one of the players, so I can, you know, kill something and then not be too sad when he dies.
Yeah. So honestly, who cares about this team? They're terrible, and I'm gonna trash them. Except for the Death Jester is a bit spicy.
Yeah.
Because look at this guy. You gotta be scared of that gun.
He has 3 arms.
You know what they say about big guns. The Death Jester can be spicy.
Yeah.
You gave him the equipment to have fake heavy so he can move 6 inches.
Yep.
Good shooting can mess with my APL if you want. And also, with his domino field, you know, you can have him in engage and wait until the opportune moment to pop out, so it's going to be hard for me to shoot you.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I can deny some obscuring and get some spicy shots, but honestly, with domino field, probably not even. So,
yeah.
So I basically, should I just concede? Let's get into the mission! For today's mission, we're back on Bheta Decima. This time, we're using the approved ops maps. We've got the forged terrain set up, and the mission is secure. Also of note, there were a few options presented to us with the approved ops pack, one of which was the possibility of using the objective markers that come in the Bheta Decima terrain box. So to give the kill zone a bit more cover and a bit more terrain, we are using those. So all the objective markers are light cover, and most of them you can stand on. When we roll off for attacker and defender, I win, and I'm going to choose to be the defender. This map is very slightly asymmetrical. I'm going to go with the right side of the map here, and then we place our barricades and our operatives. Before we make it to the scouting step, since I'm playing the scout squad, I get to pick my forward scouting options. This is my first time playing the scouts. I don't really know what I'm doing here, so I'm just gonna go with what seems like it might be good. First, I'll choose Devise Plan for an extra CP. Then I'll pick Diversion to give Vic's Death Jester -1 APL in Turning Point 1. Next, I'll pick Designate Target to give me rerolls against Vic's player with the Fusion Pistol. Next, I'll give myself a free Recon Dash and move up my Sniper. And then lastly, I'll go with an extra Infiltrate option so I can flip an order during Turning Point 1.
All right, so that brings us to the normal scouting step. We both select a Recon Dash, and since I'm the attacker, I can decide here to give Brad the initiative, which I'm definitely going to do so I can have a better chance at TP2.
All right, and I'm already winning because I'm a CP ahead.
Yeah,
and
sure.
now we'll move on to Turning Point number 1.
So in the top of Turning Point 1, Brad already has a pretty commanding command point lead and initiative. In the strategic phase, he doesn't play anything, and I'm going to play Domino Field. Don't usually like playing it in TP1 because it really starts to rack up cost, but I'm going to need it to make use of the light cover throughout the board. In Target Reveal, we both reveal Recover Item and place them accordingly, and then I'm going to reveal Grand Act, kind of telegraphing my strategy here.
All right, so my first activation here, I'm going to activate my Gunner with the Heavy Bolter. I'm going to move and dash up onto this objective. I do have to make a jump test though. And of course I roll a 1.
Our first jump test on the channel.
So I'm just hanging out in the middle of nowhere and I have no targets to shoot. So great start.
Yeah. So with my first activation, I'm going to move this player, recover the item here, and then dash back into safety.
I'll go with my Hunter. I'll attempt the same move and dash that the Gunner tried. Luckily, I actually succeed on this jump test. I don't have the APL to cap this point, but at least I'm on it.
Now one of my scarier players with the Neuro Disruptor is going to move and dash and then secure the objective on top of this vantage point. I'm already feeling like Fly is so good here.
Yeah, Fly is OP, obviously. Okay, this shotgun guy, I'm gonna use my infiltrate option here. I think with Domino Field, you're probably not giving me a shot anyway. So I'm just gonna change to conceal from engage, and then pop up on this gantry and position for next turn.
My Shadow Seer is gonna move up to this barricade and then do the psychic action Mirror of Minds on Brad's Hunter. I get a really, really great result here doing 5 mortal wounds. Usually this is good for 1 or 2, so that feels like a huge bonus. Then I'll throw the hallucinogen grenade to try to nerf his APL. I whiff that, so unfortunately he's not injured and still has full APL.
Shall I concede already? I guess I'm just waiting. So my rocket launcher is just gonna pass, my missile launcher guy, whatever he's called.
Another one of my players is just going to move up and hit this objective.
Okay, one of my other shotgun wielders is going to move and dash, fully exposed into the middle of nowhere. I'm thinking, at this point, if I hang back, I'm just going to lose. You already are going to be so ahead in primaries because of Fly. You're just going to get to them before I can. So I'm just hoping that I move enough threats up that you can't kill them all, you know?
So now my player with the prismatic grenade is going to move, dash, and then hurl it at the hunter. I get a pretty okay roll here, but fortunately Brad gets a terrible defensive save, and that takes him down. Also, this gives me 1 Grand Act tally for the whatever the shooting one is.
Yeah, I guess I'm just going to get into position for next turn still, so my tracker here is just going to pop up on this gantry.
Another one of my players is just going to move, dash, and secure this objective.
All right, this shotgun guy is gonna move and dash up.
My lead player is just gonna tuck into cover, gotta stay alive.
my leader's gonna go now. So first thing, he's gonna give an APL boost to the shotgun guy beside the sniper, the guy with the purple hair, and then he himself will move up a bit.
All right, well, I've waited as long as I can for this, so my Death Jester with my last activation is gonna move up and take a shot at the heavy gunner. I get another pretty mediocre shooting roll here, but Brad once again just totally whiffs on defense, and the heavy gunner's brought down. Pretty good, even though that does kind of collapse my Death Jester's domino field.
Okay, for my last activation here, I'm gonna go with my sniper. He does have a shot on the Death Jester, so I roll, and it's not a great roll. And then Victor rolls his defense saves. He's auto-retaining 1. And then he has his Wraithbone Talisman, so he uses that to re-roll another save. And no damage goes through. Very sad. At least the sniper looks great, though. Look at him.
He does.
Okay, so at the end of turning point 1, Victor scores 3 points on primaries and 1 for recover item. I've scored nothing, so that puts the score here at 4-0 for the Void Dancers. And I really hate being this behind after a single turning point. This is really bad for me. So obviously I had some bad luck, but also I'm thinking I really blundered the pregame. After playing this out, I should have taken more recon dashes, I think. Obviously I can blame dice, but I really don't think the dice alone put me behind 4 points here. Like, that was on me.
Yeah, I also think that, as I expected, Void Dancers feel great on this terrain. Like, having fly and being able to just move, like, having exclusive access to all of the objectives in Turning Point 1 is really nice. I can just set up, and I don't really have to worry about too much. Obviously, I got really lucky with that jump test giving me a target to shoot at, but hard to imagine that going better, honestly.
So first off, if you're one of the new patrons, we had like a bit of a mini patron boom.
Yeah.
Since Beta Decima dropped. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Welcome. Sup. Sup y'all to you, and sup y'all to everybody, but especially sup y'all to you if you are a new patron in the last week or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Gotta say thank you to our 1 HP gangsters and mountain goats, especially, also the mountaineers.
Yeah.
Everybody, the support means a lot, because how else could I justify to my family that I am spending time playing with little men when I have a baby at home? Because it's making me actual money to pay for diapers. That's how. And also, I'm basically not paying for any Warhammer because the patrons pay for it, right? That means I can have infinite Warhammer.
That's how that works, yeah. So, again, thanks for the support. If you're thinking of supporting the channel, head to the link. It really helps us out for just a few bucks a month. We got a lot of stuff over there, including our exclusive Discord, and we're going to start having some Patreon exclusive episodes of Mountainside Tabletop coming soon. So, yeah.
Now, Turning Point Dos, baby.
In Turning Point 2, Brad wins initiative. In the strategic phase, he's going to play Gunfire Ambush and Stealth Relocation, moving up this warrior with a shotgun. I'm going to pay 2 CP now for Domino Field again, because it worked so well last time. In Target Reveal, Brad reveals Vantage and From All Angles, which is way too much for me to keep track of, so I'm just going to let him score it. And then I'm going to reveal Surge Forward, hoping to make use of my fly and great movement.
With my first activation here, I'm gonna go with this shotgun guy that I dashed up with Stealth Relocation. Using my climbing equipment, I can get up within 2 inches of the player with the fusion pistol and take a shotgun shot. I have a free reroll here, although it whiffs, but I am gonna play Emboldened Aspirants for 1 CP, because this is my first shoot or fight this turn. I'm gonna turn one of my normals into a crit. And I'm glad I did, because I end up getting a kill here.
Yeah, that's my best gun, so that hurts. So with my first activation, I'm going to use this player and charge the tracker and fight. I do take 3 wounds, but I get the kill in the process. Next, I'm going to take a shot at the heavy gunner with my Neuro Disruptor. I get the kill. This is pretty great. This gives me 2 Grand Act tallies and obviously removes 2 scouts.
Alright, well now I'm gonna go with the shotgun guy with the purple mohawk. He's gonna move up, luckily passes a jump test, and then I'm gonna make a shoot against the player here. I thought about the Death Jester, but the Death Jester has 9 HP, and this gun is 4/4 damage. I just want to confirm a kill and not waste it on taking him down to 1 HP. So I'll shoot the regular player. So this is interesting. I have Gunfire Ambush active, and I can re-roll both 4s if I want to. I kind of think I'm going to, because I'm hitting on 2s, and I'm going to fish for some crits. So I turn 1 hit into a miss, but I also turn the other hit into a crit. Hopefully it pays off for me. Yeah, so I do get the kill. And then I have 1 APL left. I thought about maybe spending a CP to be able to shoot twice and shooting the Death Jester, softening him up. But I feel like I just need to get some points on the board, so I'm just going to use my last APL to tap this objective. Also, unfortunately, that player was the player with the Death Mask, so as I kill them, Victor gets a CP.
My Death Jester is going to fly up to the top of this vantage point and take a shot at the sniper. 5 dice hitting on 3s here, and I miss every single one of them.
Oh, that's kind of karma for me whiffing on you.
Yeah, true.
My last shotgun guy is going to move a little bit and then pop shot off at this player. You have 4 shotguns that hit on 2s are really good into 8 health elves. Another kill here. Am I catching up, Victor? Do I have a chance?
Like, the elves die, and they're dying. So now my player is going to charge this one guy with a shotgun. I get a pretty terrible roll here, so after I land 1 hit, I'm going to spend a CP on Curtain Falls so I can do some damage and then get a fall back for 1 AP. This serves a couple purposes, but mostly it gets me 2 VP for finishing my Grand Act before turning point 4.
Okay, now I'm going to go with my leader. First, I'm going to give an APL boost to my sniper, and then I'm going to charge and fight this player up on this gantry. They did take 3 damage from the fight that they were in before, so if I get a crit here, they're just dead. And luckily I do land a crit, so I just one-shot you and take no damage.
Now my lead player is going to charge and fight this shotgun guy just to hopefully finish him off. Only need a 5 here to do the 6 damage, and I get it.
So now for me, my last activation, I'm going to go with my sniper. I am able to shoot the Death Jester here. Since he shot, his domino field is done. But I really think if I just sit back in my back line and snipe him from where I am, I'm just going to lose on points. Like, I really need to get this guy in the fray because otherwise I have no chance at getting primary points. So I'm going to move and dash up the board, except that I fail my jump test. Are you kidding me? Okay, I moved just a bit more than 3 inches, so unfortunately, this is so dumb. I can't even snipe him, but I have my pistol at least, so I'm gonna get a shot off with my pistol. Just 4 damage through, and you gain a CP somehow?
Since I lost wounds from a shooting attack there, I finished my Sadith, I got my 4th tragedy, and so I gained a CP.
So I'm going to spend a CP here, and I'm going to shoot twice. I'm going to do another pistol shot. Luckily, I get a pretty good roll, and I think I'm going to kill Victor, except he is going to re-roll a save with one of his CPs, and it saves him. So this friggin' Death Jester, after all this, is still alive on 1 HP. This member of the 1 HP gang is brought to you by Kyle Downey. Thanks, Kyle.
So now with the last activation of the turn, I'm going to charge and fight this warrior. I get a really awful roll here, but I'm going to spend a couple CP on rerolls, even though I made a New Year's resolution not to, and I eventually get the crit I need. So in the end, I go down to 2 HP, but I do kill the guy, and then with my last APL, I'm going to secure this objective.
Alright, so at the end of this turn, Victor scores 4 for primaries. Disgustingly, I have no primaries secured. I score 0 for primaries. However, I at least score 1 point from recover item. And I also got enough shots off from different quarters of the board to get a point for from all angles. So I'm at 2 and Victor's at 10. Pretty bad.
I mean, it's interesting. We both have so few bodies left, but it does feel like it's going to be hard for you to take any objectives back because I just have so much more mobility.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I got some good kills, but with 2 APL, I just had a hard time securing any objectives. The objectives were they're hard to get to.
Yeah.
And flying in 3 APL for you is so good. We'll see. Let's go to turning point 3 and see what I can make happen. Yeah, okay. you're probably wondering why you're seeing us right now. Where's Turning Point 3? Well, the fact is, I conceded.
Yeah.
Why? It technically wasn't mathematically impossible, but basically it was mathematically impossible for me to win because I was so behind on points. And it's unfortunate because I was starting to make a comeback, and I do think if we played out the rest of the game, I could have made it close, but just there was no chance of me even making a tie.
Yeah, we gamed it out a little bit, and there's no way that Brad would be able to stop the 2 operatives that I have that can score another objective in their first activation. And so no matter what, he won't be able to get up to the 13 points that I'm more or less guaranteed without even counting any secondaries.
I think I could blame the dice here. I got some pretty gnarly rolls. However, I think the fault is mine because this is the first time I played this team and I made some huge mistakes. The biggest mistake I would say I made was completely blundering turn 0. Okay, let's look at what forward scouting options that I played this game. Let's take a look, Victor.
Yep.
First up, what did I play? I played rerolls on your fusion pistol. Well, I had gunfire ambush active when I shot you, which gave me a free reroll anyway, and I only made 1 reroll because I'm hitting on 2 of my shotguns, so 0 use. Secondly, I subtracted an APL from your Death Jester. Well, he was still able to move and shoot on Turning Point 1, so basically 0. Infiltrate, basically I made a guy go from engage to conceal just to keep him hiding better, and honestly I think that itself was a mistake, so worse than nothing. And then the recon dash was the only thing that was actually good.
Yeah.
What was the last one that
Wasn't that all of them?
Oh yeah. And then also I gave myself an extra CP, and at the end of Turning Point 2 when I conceded, I had like 3 CP in the bank or something.
Yeah.
So literally 4 out of my 5 forward scouting options, I got 0 or worse than 0 use.
Yep.
Stealth, hot take. I think 5 recon dashes in this matchup would have actually been so OP. Like, look, here's the thing. When I saw that you had almost all conceals in Turning Point 1, like you deployed with almost all conceals, I should have just used 5 recon dashes, and I could have like guaranteed that I was contesting 4 objectives at least, because you just got them for free. And then I think I could have easily at least like made it to Turning Point 4. So
Yeah.
I think just brutal play in turn 0, and like one of my resolutions was don't lose in the pregame. I think I failed that resolution.
Yeah, I like also Void Dancers feel great on Beta Decima.
Yeah, they're probably like one of the teams that like this kill zone the most.
Yeah, having team-wide fly really helped me out. I could just basically have exclusive access to all of the objectives and set up shop without you really being able to do anything, because I could get there. And because we have the plastic objectives that give some cover, Domino Field was even more powerful than it usually is.
Yeah.
I think that was like a huge advantage right off the bat. But, you know, I think that's something we're learning about Beta Decima, is that it's really going to favor certain teams and certain matchups. And it's like, it's not going to be like, you know, the perfectly balanced every team has a chance in every matchup setting.
Yep.
But very similar to our last game on the channel, in which you totally stomped me when I was playing the Blades of Cain. It was a bad cocktail of playing your first game with a new team while also playing against a team that has a lot of tricks.
Yeah.
It's like I couldn't focus on the Blades of Cain and the Hyrotech Circle, just like it's hard to focus on the Scouts and keep track of like Sadith points and who has what bonus and where the good guns are and that sort of thing with Void Dancers. And so yeah, I think it was a tough matchup to begin with, and missing that jump test on the very first activation basically gave me a free kill.
That was bad.
Yeah.
And also a few really bad attack rolls and save rolls. But dice aside, I think even with the dice that I rolled, if I played the pregame better, I think I could have like maybe won even.
Yeah.
Still. Because like the shotguns into elves are very good.
Yeah, for sure. Once they started dying, they were flying off the board.
Yeah, I think like if we rematch this in 6 months when I've played the Scouts a bunch more, I think I have a really good shot. Anyway, I want to say a thank you again to the patrons. And if you're watching this video and you didn't watch the previous one, the mat we used, Victor made it in Photoshop. There's a PDF of it on our Patreon. If you want to download that and print it out, you can be a patron and it's there. Thanks for watching. Share it with your dog, like I said before.
Yeah.
Share it with your mom, share it with your dog, share it with me, share it with you, share it with us, share it with the dog, share it with the cat, share it with your mailman, share it with the grocery store clerk, share it with your car repairman.
Thanks for watching. Share it around if you like what you see, and don't forget to hit the like button. And it's all pretty late, and all the analytics say that you shouldn't do this in the last 10% of the video, but f them. See ya.